Gonna do. She called me and she said, I'm gonna go to Hazel. She said, they're at Hazel. Do you want to go with me? And I said, yeah, I'll go with you. I didn't know what she was gonna do.
So you were with her?
Yeah.
And then, so y'all walk in the bar at Hazel's, and Daddy and Danny are sitting at the bar.
No, not at the bar, at a table.
Oh, at a table, and she
bar
walks up.
was open, you could see.
She walks up and just kneels beside of them.
Yeah, kneels on the floor and
starts praying. And what did you do?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I just stood there. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what she's going to do.
What did Hazel do? Nobody
did anything. They were shocked. They just looked at her, And then when she finished praying, we go out and see his car, and she starts kicking that car like it was a dead dog or something.
And she was a skinny little thing, wasn't she?
She was a nervous wreck too.
She was nervous. She was shaky and skinny, and
well, she finally left him, and she married a Yankee. She married some guy up north.
Daddy and Danny just sat there drinking.
Huh?
They just continued to sit there drinking.
Did he get up and leave? Danny and Daddy?
No, they just sat there. I guess they were in shock. They didn't expect her. I mean, nobody expected her to get kneeled down and start praying. For them. And then start kicking his car like he's kicking a dead dog or something.
I don't think.
Oh, she was fed up with him drinking. She was fed up with it.
I don't think anybody's ever done that.
Bloss. They used to call her Bloss.
Yeah. Like
Bloss.
Blossom?
Yeah.
Bloss, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she came and stayed with us for a week. I remember that.
Oh, yeah.
She came and stayed with us because of that.
Yeah.
I always thought she was mentally off because she was real
Well, and then she went to a mental.
Huh?
She went into an institution, didn't she? A mental.
Yeah, and Daddy got her out, and he brought her home.
Oh, Daddy got her out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she wanted to go home, and he wouldn't bring her home.
Who, Daddy?
Yeah, I said,
well, he probably
bring
didn't.
her home. I said, she's wanting to go home.
Well, he probably didn't want her for Danny to hurt her.
I think Daddy liked the idea of having two women.
Oh, she wasn't pretty at all.
No, she wasn't, but there's just something about her,
Right.
And
she looked sickly.
I think he was thinking of having a harem or something. I don't know. But it was funny, and I told him, I said, she wants to go home. I said, take her home. And he finally did.
I remember that.
Daddy was a controller. He liked to control things.
Of course.
And when he had Bloss, living with us, he controlled her. He controlled me. I mean, that was his thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I don't know if it was because of his height or what.
No.
Because when he was in the Army, they want a front man to go out on patrol to see where the enemy was. You know who volunteered?
Daddy?
Yeah. He'd hide himself underwater and see where the enemy was in Korea.
Good grief.
Yeah. And I don't know, because Hoyt and Bennis,
were they in
they
the
were
war?
all tall. Daddy was the short one in the family.
Were they in the war too? In any wars?
Huh?
Were they in the Korean War?
Yeah.
They were?
Yeah.
Not together though.
I think they met one time over there. Yeah, Ludibel, I don't know if I still got it or not, but she had the picture of both of them in the newspaper.
Really?
Yeah, two sons serving in Korea. And
well, Mom, yeah.
Yeah.
How long was he in that war?
Who, Daddy?
Yeah. 2 years?
Oh, something like that, I guess.
Because it was only it wasn't a long war.
See, they put him on the front line.
Yeah.
And the first night he spent there on the front line, he started taking his clothes off to get ready for bed.
Uh-huh.
And the other soldier that was with him, he says, "What are you doing, Crumbley?" He said, "I'm getting ready for bed." He said, "You don't do that." You don't take your clothes off here with the enemy.
I was about thinking the same thing. You don't take your clothes off in the war.
Not in a war.
Uh-uh.
And Daddy says one time he was on guard duty,
Mm-hmm.
and he said he'd seen a tree.
A bush.
He said that tree walked up to him. So he takes his grenade and starts throwing grenades at that tree. And,
Really?
And his buddy says, Crumbley, what are you doing? He said, that tree's walking. He says, somebody's behind that tree. He says, nobody's behind that tree. He says, stop. Don't waste your grenades,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
But Daddy told me, he says, I was a nervous wreck. He says,
Of course.
you know, he's scared.
I know it.
Oh, goodness. He had some funny tales to tell while he was at